Today's walk is the Orrest Head Walk, starting from Windermere. There is plenty of parking in and around Windermere, so instead of starting from any individual parking spot, today we'll begin here, at the footpath to Orrest Head sign, next to the A591. Before we set off, let's have a quick look at where we'll be walking today. Today's walk is a short one that heads up through Elleray Wood on a wide gravel track, following the blue signs of the Miles Without Stiles route. On the way up, we pass by a series of wooden numbered waymarkers, showing the way around the route, and these Gruffalo-styled wooden carvings. The final destination is Orrest Head, where it all began for a certain Alfred Wainwright, but more on him later. The summit view offers a stunning panorama of lakeland peaks, with Lake Windermere in the foreground. To the east are the Howgill Fells, and to the south lies Morecambe Bay. We return along the same route, then have a short tour around Windermere, so you can see where to eat and drink after your walk. Back at the start, just a few yards beyond the footpath sign, you can spot the board welcoming you to Orrest Head and Elleray Wood. It shows your current position and the location of the summit. The next sign, Our First Ascent in Lakeland, is all about the one and only Alfred Wainwright, whom we'll learn more about later. To start today's walk, we simply wander up the road. This is a Miles Without Stiles walk. As well as not having any stiles to climb up and over, Miles Without Stiles routes are more accessible routes suitable for people with limited mobility. This includes wheelchair users, families with pushchairs, the visually impaired, and anyone who wants an easier walk without scrambling, climbing, or steep hills. While there are a few routes to the Orrest Head summit, we'll follow the blue signs, which mark the easier Miles Without Stiles route. Here, you can see a sign to the left for Orrest Head Viewpoint. We will ignore that, and instead follow the blue sign for Orrest Head, continuing along the road. The Lake District National Park has 51 Miles Without Stiles routes on its website, with this Orrest Head Walk being number 50. After a while, we reach a break in the path, where you'll see signpost number 2 on the wooden post, and we take a left here to go up the gravel path. You could continue along the road if you wish, as it joins this path a bit further on. The route today has no steps, gates or stiles, but it still includes some steeper sections and gravel surfaces, so it may not be suitable for everyone. However, it is designed to be the more accessible option, including for wheelchairs and prams, as long as you can manage the slopes. At the top of this path, at the next wooden sign marked number 3, we continue straight ahead. Then, at the following sign, number 4, we proceed following the Orrest Head sign. The path winds along a gravelled track through the woods, with birdsong all around. Because this is a fairly short walk today, I won't be using as much sped up footage during the walking sections. I'll be doing more of today's walk in real time, so you can listen to the birdsong as we wander through the woods, although you'll also hear my footsteps. After a while, we reach post number 6 again, marked with the blue arrow. Where the path splits on either side of the wall here, The blue route takes the right-hand path. The track then continues to follow alongside the wall. The route is straightforward today, following the blue arrows. However, if you want to see the route of today's Orrest Head, walk from Windermere on an OS map and download a GPX file for your mobile or GPS device. These are available on our Walks4All website. The link is in the description below and in the QR code on the screen. As you begin to notice a gap in the trees ahead, the path curves to the right, with the wall now on your right-hand side. There is a bench ahead if you'd like a short rest, but we'll keep going past it. Once again, the path diverges, but we follow the right-hand route marked by the blue arrow. The red route, if you choose to take that way, also leads up to the summit. It is just less even and not suitable for wheelchairs and prams due to tree roots and steps along the way. That way is slightly shorter. After a while, we pass this small money tree. These are old tree stumps or trunks where people hammer coins into the wood, often as a type of wishing tree or for good luck. There's a bit of old folklore associated with them, with some traditions linking them to leaving illness behind or making a wish. Just past the bench, you'll see a couple more information boards. The first is the same one you saw at the start, showing the red and blue routes to the summit. And the one on the right is similar again. You can stop here if you like, as there is a bench, but nearby there are also several carved wooden animals. Here you can see a fox. Then what seems to be a Gruffalo-style creature with two large teeth and horns, followed by a squirrel with a nut, and then a snake. This walk, overall, is very suitable for children and would serve as a great introduction to hill walking for them. There's also an owl. They make a charming addition here. Over there's also a small coffee stop along the route called the Blacksmith's. When it's open, it serves coffee and cakes, all from a converted horse box. We won't be stopping there today though. Instead, we'll follow the blue arrow up the hill. We proceed along the gently inclined gravelled path. After a while, as the path swings round to the right, if you look to the left, you can see another numbered arrow, this time at number 9. From this vantage point, you also start to catch sight of some of the Lakeland fells, giving you an initial glimpse of what awaits you at the top. A few yards further on, the path splits again. The left-hand path is the red route, and you can see it crossing over tree roots, making it unsuitable for wheelchairs. You may choose to go that way if you wish, but we will continue following the blue arrow along the gravelled route. It's not completely flat. It has a gentle incline, but it is the smoother and more accessible route. So we continue along this route, and again we encounter the red path coming in from the left before following the blue arrow round to the right. There is another bench here if you want a bit of rest. There are also some slightly more distant views over the wall, but we'll ignore those for now and just carry on, gradually gaining height as we climb. We continue up the slope to a gate on the left that I used to pass through. This was the original route to the summit, marked by the red path. Today, however, we're following the Miles Without Stiles route, indicated by the blue arrows, so we'll keep following those. This one is on the post numbered 11, heading toward the summit. If you're new to walking, we've included links to our gear and safety pages in the description below. Also, if you find that this walk in the fresh air, surrounded by beautiful scenery, benefits you, have a look at the wellness section on our Walks for All website. It includes many tips for walking into wellness. If you enjoy these walks, remember to subscribe to our Walks for All channel and tap the notification bell so you're alerted when new videos are uploaded. Also, please like the video and leave any comments you have on the walk below. Again, on the left, there's another bench where you can sit and enjoy the view. From here, you can now actually see Lake Windermere below towards the right. We carry on up the track. Then, just before we pass through this gap in the wall, where another blue sign is just beyond it, if you turn right, you'll get an even better view back over Windermere. Again, close to the wall, there is another bench if you want to stop, take a rest and enjoy the scenery. Keep moving now toward the summit. As we approach the top, you can see the trees starting to disappear, and you can also spot the seating that has now been installed at the summit of Orrest Head. This summit feature is known as the Orrest Head compass, created by local artist blacksmith Chris Bramall. As you approach the top, you can see how it opens into a truly impressive summit space, designed not just as a place to sit, but to help you take in the surrounding landscape. This is the view that changed Alfred Wainwright's life. First of all, we'll just take in a circular view from the summit of Orrest Head. As you look around, you can see towards Kentmere, then round towards Lake Windermere, and most of the Lakeland fells come into view, their summits now visible ahead of you. Straight ahead is that wonderful view beyond the summit compass and seating. As we look around, you can see quite a stretch of Windermere's length below. You can also see the path we've just walked up. And then, as you turn further round, you can see out towards the coast in the distance on a clear day. We'll just wander around the summit now, taking in the views. Alfred Wainwright arrived here from Blackburn, aged 23, having disembarked the train at Windermere and walked up to Orrest Head for his first view of the Lake District. He later described it as a moment of revelation, writing that he stood transfixed, unable to believe his eyes. This initial view of the mountains and lake below had a profound impact on him. And truly, the rest is history. That initial view shaped the course of his life. Down here, the ground is a bit rougher underfoot as you approach, but there is a commemorative plaque showing the surrounding hills. The original one was vandalised, with this new one erected in 2021. The summit viewpoint has seen much improvement work, especially on the main route up, although the lower section to the plaque is still a little uneven underfoot. It would have been a nice touch if they could have also extended the accessible path just a few more yards down to this commemorative plaque, which marks which hill and mountain are which on the panorama ahead. Looking round to the right, you can see more of that sweeping, far-reaching panorama across the Lakeland fells, with the plaque in the foreground and Windermere below. We'll make no excuse for lingering on the views here, rather than wandering straight back down. Wainwright came from industrial Blackburn, and this first view of the Lake District had a profound impact on him. He went on to become not only one of Britain's most renowned walking authors, but also to introduce countless people to the Lake District through his books, hand-drawn maps and fell descriptions. His guides became classics, and his influence on Lakeland walking remains evident to this day. Wainwright later moved to Kendal and went on to author the renowned 7-volume pictorial guide to the Lakeland Fells, books that have inspired generations of walkers to explore the Lake District for themselves. If you want to learn more about Alfred Wainwright, read our comprehensive article on his life and books, along with an interactive map of all the 214 Wainwrights, with links to them in the description below and in the QR code on the screen. As we walk back up to the circular seat, you can see a compass in the centre. If you're unsure of your directions, you can check them there. Benches radiate out from the central directional marker and align with the correct compass bearings, so it's not just a seating area, it's also a viewing aid designed to match the landscape around you. Even the bench slats are meticulously arranged in degree increments, with the longer markers emphasising the bearings, demonstrating the considerable thought invested in it. Across the top and straight ahead. Here, there is a path heading down that you can follow if you wish. If you go down there and then take a left once you've descended quite a way, you can make this a more circular walk and reconnect with one of the woodland paths we passed earlier. So, if you want to extend the walk and make it a bit more circular, you can. But for now, after spending a bit of time at the top, we'll start to head back down. You can see we missed this marker on the way up, number 13, and I think that is probably the last wooden marker before the summit. Now we head back down the gravel path. As you descend, you can enjoy some of the views again that you had on the way up, with Windermere ahead, before we start to descend a little more quickly. As you go down and past the number 10 post, just keep following the blue arrows on the way back down, exactly as you did on the way up. Once again, we pass the small blacksmith coffee shop and the carved wooden figures in the style of the Gruffalo. Here we follow the path to the right, again following the blue arrow, this time signposted for Windermere. On the way up, of course, the signs pointed towards Orrest Head. We pass by the small money tree log again and then continue along the path. Throughout, every time the route splits, simply keep following the blue arrows. If you want to know how many steps you've walked or how many calories you've burned on today's walk, don't forget to check out our interactive walking calculator, the link to which is in the description below and in the QR code on the screen. At this point, as we rejoin the road, simply continue straight along the tarmac. Heading down the road, we turn off and follow the blue sign to the right, then keep to the left side of the fence until we reach the road again. We turn right onto the road and follow it back to the starting point, arriving back at the footpath sign for Orrest Head. As I mentioned at the start of the walk, there are plenty of places to eat and drink nearby once you are back in Windermere, so let's take a stroll around a few of the streets now to show you some of the local pubs, cafes and shops that you can visit either before or after the walk. Cross carefully here, as it can get quite busy at times. You may prefer to use the nearby pedestrian crossing to cross it. Over on the left, you can see Windermere train station, and next to it, there is booths if you want to pick up any shopping. From there, we'll just head down this street. The first place we pass is OPA, a Greek bar and restaurant. It's a good choice if you want a proper sit-down meal after the walk, rather than just a quick coffee stop. The road ahead that approaches us, we will walk back along that road in the end, but for now, we'll just continue along the left-hand side. Here you have Treasure Mountain if you fancy some Chinese food. It's a Chinese restaurant and takeaway, making it a convenient choice if you want something hot and filling after your walk. Then across the road you can see the Elleray, which is a pub and hotel, and another convenient place to note if you want food or a drink after the walk. On the opposite side here, you can also see the Crafty Bar and the Queen's. The Crafty Bar is probably my most visited pub in Windermere, quite quirky with a good selection of beers. They claim to have over 100 craft beers in their fridges and 100 whiskies, including the world's 2 strongest beers, but I can't say I've tried them. They serve a variety of pizzas, pies, salads and sandwiches, and it is dog friendly as well. Next to that, the Queen's is another pub serving a variety of drinks, including real ale. I believe it is dog friendly and has screens showing Sky Sports. We keep walking along this left hand side, and around the corner ahead you can see Brown Sugar. They've got tables outside and seating upstairs on the balcony as well, which is a lovely touch if the weather stays nice. It feels more like a cafe, bar and restaurant all in one rather than just a coffee shop. They serve a wide range of food and drinks, and again I believe dogs are allowed downstairs. Then, just next door, there's Magic Wok, another option if you are after a takeaway or a quick bite. That one is takeaway only. We pass a variety of shops as we go down. And then across on the other side of the road there is the Cowshed, which is more of a cafe stop if you are after coffee and cake rather than a full meal. In addition to sandwiches and cakes, they also serve toasties and pies. We carry on down this side of the road. If you were staying locally, there's a wine shop there if you wanted to pick something up. And then we pass Tilly's Bar and Kitchen, where they serve freshly prepared homemade dishes every day, draft beers, wines, coffees, cocktails and soft drinks. I believe dogs are allowed if kept on a short lead. Then on the other side, at the corner, is Popeye's Pizzeria and Grill, where you can try pizzas, burgers, wraps, kebabs and chips. We continue down the road and then past Greg's, which these days can be found in most towns across the country, now with over 3,000 shops in the UK and sales exceeding £2 billion. That's a lot of sausage rolls and steak bakes. We pass the post office. There are side streets off here that I'm not taking at the moment. I'm just sticking to these main streets for now, but there are more places tucked away if you want to explore further. Then we pass the Prince of India, a tandoori restaurant and takeaway, offering another evening meal option if you're staying in Windermere. If you were staying locally, you've got the Butcher's just across the road, and then we pass the Co-op. Next to the Co-op is the Brew Room, another cafe stop, where they serve all-day breakfasts and a varied lunch menu, along with, as you'd expect from their name, a selection of coffees and teas. Next door to that, if you fancy an ice cream, you'll find Sugar Finery. Besides ices, they offer a very wide range of sweet candies. Then, at the corner on the other side of the road with the large red frontage, there is Cafe Italia, which offers plenty of seating. It has a wide range of salads, snacks, mains, pizzas, pasta, along with various alcoholic drinks, teas, coffees and desserts. Next, we pass Tapios, which offers Mediterranean tapas, traditional small plates and Spanish beers among its options. And then we reach the street corner here. Before we continue, as we're going to turn around and head back up the other street, I'll just show you where one of the main car parks is in case you need it. If you turn left here onto Broad Street, you'll see a quite large chargeable car park on the right hand side. This is Broad Street Car Park, so you can park there if you'd like. For now though, we'll just return to the corner where we were a moment ago. This time we'll go back along the other road, so where we saw the red-fronted cafe on the corner, opposite Sainsbury's Local, we will walk down the left-hand side of it. Across the road, just to the left of Sainsbury's, is Homeground Coffee and Kitchen, which offers a variety of sweet and savoury items along with coffees and teas. A bit further on, we pass Francine's, which is more of a bistro-style restaurant, serving seafood and offering an à la carte menu. Next, we pass Bramble's Cafe Bar, another casual spot for food and drinks. I recently passed by again, and it is now called Brambolino's Bistro with a new menu. Just past that, we arrive at Slate, another licensed cafe bar that serves breakfasts, light bites and desserts, along with a range of drinks. The place across the road with the red window is Bandito Burrito, a Mexican restaurant and takeaway selling, among other things, a range of burritos, quesadillas, nachos and sandwiches. As we continue along the road, you can see we've got the Queen's again on the right hand side. This time we take the left hand road, then the first right, which is signposted Kendall. On the other side, the larger building with outdoor seating is the Lamplighter Hotel, restaurant and bar. Its dining rooms serve breakfast, lunch and dinner and offer a wide a la carte menu. Then we carry on along the road, past the Greek restaurant again. And back up to the junction opposite where we started, at the footpath sign for Orrest Head. Before we finish today's walk, we've prepared a short fly-through of the walk, created on the Ordnance Survey app, to give better perspective on the route and the surrounding area. We started the walk today on the A591, which runs along the top of Windermere. The start is just about a 2-minute walk from Windermere train station and booths, where you can also see the booths car park. As you can see, the walk is laid out before us, and it is quite short. We headed up following the blue signs, as I mentioned, through Elleray Wood. We wind our way up, firstly along the road, and then along the gravelled path. As the route progresses, you can see that we are nearly approaching the area where the Gruffalo-style characters are, along with Blacksmith Coffee. Where the purple line diverges on occasion, it is the same route up and the same route back down, but the OS mapping software I was using seems to place the lines slightly differently on the return in places. We then reach the summit with its wonderful views. You can see the thinner line continuing straight ahead, which marks the path you could take if you wanted to extend the walk into a more circular route, although we didn't do that today. Once we had enjoyed the views from the top, we simply turned around and descended the same way. Back at the Orrest Head signpost, you can see the car park on the far side of Booths and Windermere train station, and you can also see the street we walked down, passing the pubs and cafes, along with the Broad Street car park I mentioned earlier. So now you know where it all started for Alfred Wainwright. That ends our walk for today.